Hello? Yeah, this is Professor Walker. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a real phone. It's a Foley phone, so it has the sound effect of a phone. So you mean a sound engineer actually gutted the phone, rewired it, put a jack in there and made it sound like a phone over the speaker so the audience at a show about a radio play would think it was a real phone? Well, that's clever. Hi. I'm just showing off some of our Foley and sound effect stuff from the fall play, Merry Christmas, George Bailey. You start off, thinking about it as a radio play. What makes a radio play work? And that means 1950s technology for sound, for microphones. You start researching what kind of ribbon mics were used in the studios back then. You kind of immerse yourself in what that world was like, because that was, for many people in the 1940s and 50s, that was cable TV. That was the internet. That was streaming video.
There she blows. Know what the three most exciting sounds in the world are?
Uh-huh. Breakfast is served, lunch is served, dinner.
No. Anchor chains, plane motors, and train whistles.
We did a lot of accents last semester for Elephant Man, a lot of Victorian accents. We had an accent coach, and I realized how important vocal training was for actors, and I thought, what could I do to make a play that would really push their vocal abilities and their training? And I thought, yeah, all the radio plays I've done and audiobooks really pushed it. That's what I'll do. I'll do a radio play, but in the guise of a real play. And then the final hook came when EWTN expressed interest in airing it afterwards.
Coming into it, I thought, okay, sure, it's gonna be different. It's just my voice. I don't have to worry about what I look like, but the biggest shocker to me is how much physicality does actually play in to my acting. If I just stand there, I have a very monotone voice, but for each character I have to develop my own movements so that it comes out in my voice. So I'm actually doing more physical work than I expected.
When you're acting on stage without a script, you're sort of focused on the other person and looking at their face and sort of like playing off of their emotions and all of that. Whereas with this, I've really noticed that you have to be, I wouldn't say like zoning out or closing your eyes, but you're just listening to the sound of it and to the rhythm. And so much of it is playing off of what they say and their words and how they say it and their flexion, all of that, but also playing off of the Foley noises and the sounds.
The car engine is very exciting because it's cards taped to a drill basically that you spin around, and it spins around real fast, and you have to hit it with the stick at like a certain angle or something to make it sound like a car.
An important part of this show is capturing what Foley production was like in the 1950s for radio dramas. As an audience member, you'll be able to see the sound effects come to life. A guy on stage will be squeezing a box of cornstarch, and in the context of the scene, it sounds like someone walking through the snow.
The audio starts to actually do its trick, where the imagination takes flight listening to the play.
It's definitely been very different than other plays that we've done, but that's what I like about it, is that we always do a different challenge, I find, for all the plays that we do. There's always something different that we think, all right, how are we going to get around this? How are we going to really make this a positive rather than a negative?
You sit back and you start to watch this thing take flight, and you start to listen to voices, and you start to, it actually works. You listen to the monitor in a scene, and you see a town or in a street, and you see the birds because somebody's whistling in a mic like a bird. You start to see these resources come together and make something really amazing, magical kind of happen.